So we're actually going to start standing tonight since I had a request for that. And I think all you guys know me, but I'm Janice of Growing Light Wellness and Yoga. And I'm going to guide you through about a 60-minute practice tonight, including some relaxation at the end. And this practice is to benefit the Amen Place Soup Kitchen in Amsterdam. We have already done one for them, and they've been super grateful and helps a lot because they went from feeding like 200 people a week to 900 people a week during the pandemic. So thank you all for showing up. So we'll start at the top of our mat and just building our standing poses from the bottom. Lift your toes off the mat, spread your toes, and then intentionally plant them back down so that your weight is distributed through all four corners of your feet, the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, and both sides of the heel. Feel the arches of your feet engage, your ankles engage, the muscles of the legs wrap around the bones, kneecaps lift slightly. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down as you align your ribs and shoulders over the hips. Turn your palms out and pull the head back slightly, tucking the chin just a little bit to line your ears up over your shoulders for your mountain pose. And just stand here for a moment, tall and strong and steady. Feeling the breeze on your skin, hearing the sounds around you, noticing just the slight, minute movements in your body that are always happening even when we feel like we're standing still. Take a moment to connect with the breath here. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. Pressing the thumbs into the chest. Connecting with your heart. Connecting with your breath. Remembering that life is a balance between holding on and letting go, and so is this practice. This is your practice, so if there's anything that you need to modify or don't feel comfortable doing, feel free to move out of that and into a place that's comfortable for you. And I'm available to help you at any time. Just raise your hand or grab my attention, and I'll be happy to help you. Inhale the arms up overhead. Reaching up through the pinky fingers, shrugging the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, turn the palms out, bring the hands down to the sides. Inhale, lifting the arms overhead. Exhale, turning the palms out, hands back down to the sides. One more like that. Inhale, lifting. Maybe reaching up just a little bit more here through those pinky fingers as you shrug the shoulders away from the ears, maybe bringing the gaze up just a little bit, hugging the front ribs in, engaging the belly button. And exhale, turn the palms out, hands to the sides. Inhale the right arm up overhead and the left arm down the thigh. As you exhale over to the left side, reaching, extending. I know I'm going the opposite way as you guys, and that's okay. You're going to do this on both sides, so don't worry if you feel like you're going the wrong way. Inhale back to center, switch arms. Exhale over to the right. Inhale back to center, switch arms. Exhale over to the left. Maybe bringing your gaze up and opening the chest slightly as you continue to root down through the feet. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to the other side, opening the chest slightly, looking up, still rooting down strong through the feet, micro bend in the knees. Inhale, both arms back up to center. Exhale, turn the palms out, hands back down to the sides. Good. Let's take a moment to just loosen up the body here. Bring the feet slightly wider than hip distance apart and begin to turn your hips as you let the arms hang free and wrap the waist, making contact with the waist and the low back. For willow tree, or in Qigong they call this knocking on the door of life. Maybe lifting the heel as you turn to each side. If you'd like to bring this a little bit more into the hips. Bringing one hand to the chest to tap the chest here. Bringing energy into the area of the lungs. And then if you can or you want to, even reaching up and giving yourself a little pat on the back as you turn. Good. And then making your way back to center, bringing the arms back down to the waist as you find your way back to stillness and back to your mountain pose. Good. So from here, we'll inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, folding forward. If you'd like, you can bring the hands to the legs and walk your way down to the mat. If you have blocks here, feel free to put them under your hands for a supported forward fold. Or you can bring the hands to the legs. Shake the head yes and no to help release the neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins and extend forward through the crown of your head. Long spine. Good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling all the way up. Maybe walking your hands up the legs if you'd like to. Bringing the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands together to heart center. Good. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, arms up overhead. Is that yours? Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Just letting the head relax here. Taking one breath in this forward fold. And then inhale, coming all the way up. Bringing the arms up overhead, palms together, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, either rolling up, walking up the legs, or reversing that swan dive with a flat back and coming all the way up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bringing your hands to the mat or to your blocks. Step the right leg back and lower the knee to the mat. Relaxing the back toes, or you can leave them curled if it's more comfortable for you. You can use your blocks here to open the chest forward, or you can come up on your fingertips. When you're comfortable here, bring your hands to the thigh. Front thigh is tracking in as that back thigh pulls forward, so you're getting this like energetic meeting in the middle here. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing the palms to the mat. Start to straighten that front leg, pointing the toes toward your nose. Good. Try to keep the chest open and moving forward here. Great. Inhale, coming back into your low lunge. You can keep the hands down or bring them up. Maybe bringing in a slight back bend here, keeping those front ribs hugged in. Exhale, bringing the hands to the mat, straightening that front leg, bringing the toes towards your nose for that half split. Very good. Inhale, come back into your low lunge. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Inhale, fire up that back leg, lift the knee, and bring the foot forward to meet your front foot. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. Good. And we'll do that on the other side. I'm going to turn this way so you guys can see me. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step the left leg back, allowing that knee to come gently to the mat and releasing the back toes. Hands are on blocks or your fingertips, or bringing the hands to the thigh. Good. Inhale here. If you'd like, you can bring the arms up overhead, pulling those thighs towards each other so you get some stability in your center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Straighten that front leg as you hinge back slightly on the hips, pulling the toes toward your nose, maybe coming up on your fingertips to keep the chest open and avoid slumping. Good. Inhale, moving forward into your low lunge. Exhale back into your half split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. You can bring the hands down, or you can even send the arms back behind you along the waist. Inhale into your low lunge, maybe bringing in that slight back bend here. Exhale, bringing the hands to the mat, firing up that back leg, and stepping forward to meet your foot. Exhaling into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, coming all the way up in whatever way that you prefer. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. Great. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into your plank pose or the top of a push-up. Exhale, lower the knees and then lower down all the way to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and without pressing into the hands, use your back muscles, pulling your elbows and shoulder blades towards each other to contract the back muscles and peel your chest off the mat for Cobra Pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Feel the breath lifting you. Exhale, release. And inhale, if you'd like, you can put just a little bit of pressure into the hands as you lift into your cobra. Good. On the exhale, start to push yourself back through tabletop. Bring the big toes together. Separate the knees as wide as your mat. Sink your hips towards your heels. Arms reach forward. Forehead comes to the mat for child's pose. And let's take a moment to rest there. Maybe turning your head back and forth on the mat, giving your forehead a little massage. Pressing down through the hands. Feeling your back expand as well as your chest when you breathe in that breath. Letting that breath reach all four corners of your lungs. On your next inhale, come forward into a tabletop. Knees are lined up under your hips. Shoulders, elbows, and wrists are in line. Triceps are moving towards the back of your body. Biceps moving forward so that that soft part of your elbow, this eye of your elbow, is pointing forward or towards forward. Fingertips are forward. Good. And just start to rock a little bit to one side and then the other side to help loosen up through the wrists a little bit. And then maybe a little bit forward and back. Nothing too exaggerated or too far. We're just loosening up through the arms. And if you can, turn your hands out to the sides and just keep that little bit of rocking side to side. Good. Not putting any compression on the wrists here, just a little bit of stretch. And then if you can either leave your hands like this or you can turn your hands so that your fingers are pointing toward your knees. And for just a moment, rocking back and forth here. But again, if this is uncomfortable, leave the hands either facing the sides or forward. Good. Okay. So from here, we'll turn the hands all the way back around so the fingers are forward. And we'll inhale as we lift the chest and the tailbone and let the belly dip toward the mat for cow pose. Head and neck are relaxed. Head is in neutral spine. And exhale, arching the back, bringing the tailbone down, head down, center of the shoulder blades moves toward the sky for cat pose. Inhaling, sliding the chest forward, tailbone up, belly dipping toward the mat. Good. Exhale into your cat pose, arching like a Halloween cat. Inhaling forward into your cow pose. Exhaling for cat. And just move with your own breath for just a few cycles of this. at your own pace, in your own time. Good. And then we'll come back to center in a neutral spine. From here, move your hands forward just slightly. Tuck your toes so all 10 toes are on the mat, and then start to lift your knees and your hips. Bring your tailbone toward the sky, your hips toward the sky, pressing evenly through your hands and feet for your downward facing dog. Biceps are by the ears. Eye of the elbow is moving forward. Weight is distributed through all the fingers and the knuckles. Maybe pedaling one foot at a time, bending the left knee, straightening the right leg, bending the right knee, straightening the left leg. Good. If at any time you need to come out of this, you can always lower the knees and go back into tabletop or child's pose. Inhale, start to walk forward towards your hands. And exhale into your forward fold. Find opposite elbows here. Bring the palms of your hands to opposite elbows. And just allow yourself to fully surrender into this forward fold. Maybe rocking back and forth a little bit, swaying as if you're swaying in this gentle breeze tonight. Shaking the head, yes and no. Bending the knees as deeply as you need to for comfort. And then on the inhale, rolling back up to stand. Good. Great. So we'll go through just a couple of sun salutations, and then I have a couple of surprises for you guys. So inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into your plank. Exhale, lower the knees, lower down to the mat. Inhale for your cobra. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here, pedaling the feet, pressing the hips toward the sky, bending the knees if you'd like to. Exhale, stepping forward into your forward fold, as many steps as it takes for you to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up in whatever way feels good to you. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into your plank pose. Exhale, bring the knees down, bring the belly, chest, and chin to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest for cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, bringing the hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet here on the inhale, pressing the hips toward the sky. Exhale as you start to step forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up or reversing that swan dive all the way up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. One more time, I'm just going to cue you. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into your plank pose. Exhale, bring your knees down, bring your body to the mat. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog, or you can move through tabletop if that works better for you. Inhale here. Exhale, stepping forward towards your hands, however many steps it takes for you to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Palms together, hands to heart center. Great. Beautiful. So we'll stay right at the top of our mat here and we'll move into some balance. I'm going to face you. I'm going to have you guys stay right at the top of your mat. Bring your feet a little closer together so that your big toes are almost touching. Keep the toes spread wide. And begin to shift all of your weight and attention to the right foot as you lift your heel off the mat and bring the insole of your foot to your ankle. So the left foot is on the right ankle. They're pressing against each other. Hands are at the heart center, on the waist, or maybe lifting over the head. And you can start on the other side if you want. If you're comfortable here and you want to challenge your balance a little more, bringing the foot to the calf, pressing the foot and the leg against each other like you're holding something precious there. If you'd like to challenge your balance a little more, coming up to the thigh, keeping that hip moving open. Beautiful. Spread your branches. Exhale, bringing the arms down, bringing the leg down. Great. Shaking it out. And we'll move to the other side, spreading the toes on the left foot as we lift the right heel off the mat and open that right knee. Hands can be on the waist, at heart center. And find the place that works for you, avoiding the knee joint, either on the calf or lifting and going to the thigh as the knee continues to move away and open, and maybe you spread your branches here. Great. Exhale, arms come down, leg comes down. Beautiful. So from here, we'll inhale our arms up, and we'll step our right leg back into crescent pose. All 10 toes are pointing forward, back heel is lifted, and front knee is deeply bent so that the knee is over the ankle. Good. We're going to challenge our balance a little bit by hinging forward at the hips. Putting our weight into this front leg, straightening the front leg as we start to bring that back leg towards us and maybe lifting it off the mat into Warrior 3. Internally rotating that thigh so that all the toenails are facing the ground. Hands can be at the heart, they can be ahead of you, or tracking back along the hips. Awesome. Remember that tip about picking that point about 2 feet in front of you, bringing your gaze to that to help with your balance. And then on the exhale, coming back into your crescent pose. Great. Turn your back foot so your toes are all your toes are facing the long side of the mat. Bring your hands to your waist here. Bring the elbows back, bring the shoulders back. Arch the chest up toward the sky. Good. And exhale as you fold forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Bringing your hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And surrender into this wide-legged forward fold. Shaking the head yes and no. And just allowing yourself to release here. On the next inhale, rolling back up to center. Turn the toes out so that your hips are externally rotating, and start to bend the knees and try to move the knees toward the pinky toes. You don't have to come down very far, just a little bit. Keeping those front ribs hugged in, belly button drawing up. Lift the right heel off the mat and lower. Good. Inhale, lift the left heel off the mat and lower. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale into your cactus arms. And inhale, see if you can lift both heels off the mat. If you can't, that's okay. You can do one at a time. Awesome. And exhale to lower. And inhale, come on up right out of that. So now we'll inhale, stepping our feet together, coming back to the front of the mat. Inhale the arms up overhead and step the left foot back into your crescent on the other side. Actually, let me turn so I'm facing you guys. Good. Front knee is deeply bent, all 10 toes facing forward, back heel is lifted. And start to put your weight into that front foot and start to straighten that front knee as you drag the toes up the mat towards you, maybe hinging at the hips and lifting that back leg. This is the variation that I like, that I feel helps me with my balance, but you can also do arms out wide, arms in front, or hands to prayer. And the hinge comes from the waist. You don't have to worry about how far that leg goes up. And if you'd like, you can just keep those toes right on the mat. Good. Inhale to come up, good. And exhale that foot back down. We'll turn again toward the long side of our mat. Inhaling the chest up. And then exhale to fold forward into our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring the body over your right leg. And exhale to release. Bending the right knee just a little bit. Inhale back to center. Halfway lift. Exhale, release. And inhale, bringing the body over the left leg. Bending through that left knee. Allowing the body to just fall over that leg. Inhale back to center, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bringing your hands to the thighs and working your way back up to stand. Great. Come back to the front of your mat. We'll move into chair pose. So this is an area where you do what feels comfortable for you. Some people like to move into chair with their legs pretty close together. Some people like a little wider stance. So you find what works for you as you start to sink the hips back and sink the weight into the heels. This is one pose where I tell you not to kind of distribute through all the feet. We want to make sure that our weight is a little bit more in the heels than in the toes. Good. Bring the hands to the heart. If you'd like, you can bring the hands overhead. And this is simultaneously a sinking and a lifting, much like most of life. Bringing the chest forward, hugging those front ribs in. And on the exhale, let your arms just swing down by your sides. Inhale, back up into chair. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale, back up into chair. Good. One more time. Exhale down. And inhale back up. And then we'll exhale to stand. Great. We'll come back into that chair one more time. This time bring your palms together, hands to heart center. And we're going to work our way into a twist. So start to bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. As the right side of the chest opens, right shoulder moves back. Great. Hold there. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And then inhale back up into your chair pose. Good. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. We'll move to the other side. Inhaling here. Exhaling, right elbow to outside of left knee. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, twisting and opening that left chest and that left shoulder. You can raise the arm if you'd like to. Whatever feels good to you. Don't forget to breathe here. Listen for the sound of your breath. Inhale, back up to center. And exhale, sweep the arms back down to the sides. Inhale to stand, arms come all the way up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. Good. So we'll start to work our way back down here since we started standing. That was our plan. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into your plank. Exhale as you bring the toes together and the knees wide and just sink back into your child's pose. Just giving yourself a few minutes here to be and breathe, feeling that breath expanding and contracting. On the next inhale, start to lift your chest slightly and bring your hands all the way over to the right. As you exhale, back down into this child's pose on the right side. Inhale, lift and come back to center. We'll take a moment here, exhale in the center. Inhale, lift and come over to the left. Exhale, folding here. Inhale, back to center. And start to make your way up into a seat. Bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly pose. Maybe start to move your wings a little bit here. You can move the feet closer to your body or further away to find the position that feels comfortable for you. Maybe giving your feet a little massage or your ankles. Inhale, opening through the chest, bringing the chest forward. Exhale, coming down over the legs. You can use your forearms if you'd like to push your thighs toward the ground, but you don't need to here. This can be a very gentle restorative position as well. Inhale, back up to center. Reaching through the chest, reaching through the crown of the head. And on this exhale, just allow your body to round and fold and completely surrender over the legs. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, bringing the legs out long in front of you. Bring the hands down next to the thighs. Pressing down into the mat with your hands, flexing the feet like you're standing on them, reaching up through the crown of the head. This is like your seated version of your mountain pose, Tadasana or staff pose. Just engaging that line of energy up through the abdomen. And exhale to release. Inhale the arms up overhead. We're going to fold forward here. It does not matter how far you go. It matters how you go. So just move with intention, move with the breath. And when you feel that sensation of stretch, you can feel free to just rest in that place. Inhale to rise. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. We'll bring the right foot in to the left thigh. Move the left foot out slightly at an angle. Inhale as you reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Remember, you can rest your hands and forearms on the ground, or you can use a block here. Releasing the head and the neck. There's this saying that yoga is not about touching your toes. It's about what you learn on the way down. So just allow yourself to feel into these poses and learn what your body feels and what it needs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release. We'll move back through the center here. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhaling back into our seated forward fold. Chest is moving towards the thighs. Inhale to center. Bringing the left foot into the right thigh and moving the right leg away. Inhale back up. And exhale, folding forward. Still rooting down through your sit bones. So not lifting here, just bringing the body forward. Feeling that sensation probably through the right groin and maybe the back of the left thigh and the glute. And then inhale, coming back to center. So I want to give you guys the opportunity to try something here. You can stay, if you don't want to go along with this, it's fine. You can stay in your bound angle butterfly pose here, or you can go to like a cross-legged pose, whatever works for you. We're just going to open up through the hips. But if you'd like to, I want to give you a chance to try some balancing in crow pose. So I'm going to have you come up onto all fours here, and then bringing the feet up, we're going to move into the yogi squat. So toes are out, heels are in, and we're coming down here. We usually start here, so you can sit on the block if you need to. We are going to come up just a little bit. So hands come down right in front of your legs. As you start to come up on the toes and bring the knees as far up into the armpits as you can. Now pressing the knees and the arms against each other, and feel free to just watch me first if you have never done this before. Pressing the knees and the arms against each other, you're going to lean forward, and you can lift one foot at a time, or you can go ahead and lift both feet as you look as far forward as you can. So we're not looking down, we're looking forward and bringing ourselves into the arm balance. Awesome, Christine. That was awesome. Good. Does anybody want like some more guidance in this? So really just coming up and walking those legs toward the arms, getting them so that you're resting on the outside of the arm. It's okay. That happens. And just looking forward, trying to bring your gaze forward. You're still going to be looking at the ground, but just try to be looking as much forward as you can. Try to bring your knees up a little bit more, Heather. Like, see, yeah. And then press your legs and your arms into each other. You can use a block. And just lift one leg at a time. Give it a try. Yeah, I know. So you can always put like your pad in front of you too. At least we're on the grass. That was great. Awesome, you guys. So no matter where you got to with that today, that's a great start. And I hope that that was a little bit of fun play for you to experience that. So it's a challenging pose. We've done like a few other challenging things tonight. So, I figured we could give it a try. So let's come to a seat this way, and we'll bend our knees and plant our feet flat on the mat. See, now I'm all like, and start to just lift one foot at a time for boat pose. So you can bring your hands right behind the knees, so you're kind of using that tendon there as a handle, pulling the chest forward toward the thighs, and just going to wherever you'd like to, either supporting yourself with your palms by your hips, good, or keeping the hands here, bringing the legs up into a bent position or into a straight position. Awesome. Just keep the chest moving forward. That looked great. This is a great core strengthener. Even just lifting one leg at a time is super challenging. Good. And exhale, release. Great. Awesome. Let's come back into our seat, and we'll do just a couple of shoulder stretches, and then we'll move on to the mat. So bring the arms out nice and wide here, and then cross them, right arm under left, just reaching for your shoulders, giving yourself a nice big hug, lifting the elbows slightly, feeling that stretch through the shoulders and the upper back, maybe tucking the chin just a little bit. And exhale, release. Inhale, see if you can stretch back just a little bit more. And then exhale, reversing the cross of your arm so the other arm is now on the bottom as you reach for your shoulders. And give yourself a great big hug for all the work that you did tonight so far. Maybe tucking the chin just a little as you lift the elbows. Good. Inhale here and exhale, release. Inhale the arms up overhead. We'll go into a twist as we exhale over to the right side, placing the left hand on the right knee and the right hand just behind us. And you can also do this with straight legs if the cross-legged position is difficult for you, maybe bending one knee. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale to twist. Inhaling back to center. And exhale just to reset here. So if you're cross-legged, you can stay like this. If you're using straight legs, switching the knees. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale over to the left, bringing the right hand to the left knee. Left hand just behind you so that you're not tilting too far back. Inhaling, reaching through the crown of the head. Exhaling to twist a little bit deeper, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale the arms up overhead and exhale, release. Great. So we'll start to come down to the mat. Try to roll down one vertebra at a time. You can use your hands to support you if you need to. And when we get there, we'll just hug our knees into our chest. The knees can be close together, they can be wide, whatever feels good to you right now as you make some small circles with your low back on the mat or rock back and forth. Just giving the low back a little massage here. As you inhale, plant the left foot onto the mat and reach the right foot up toward the sky. Exhale, bring the right foot to the top of the left knee for figure 4 or reclined pigeon. You can stay here, gently pushing the right thigh away, or you can reach through the legs, interlacing your fingers around the back of the left thigh, and then relaxing your shoulders back onto the mat. Another variation, if you have a block, is to place that left foot on a block for just a little bit more elevation. Good. Inhale, reaching that right leg back up to the sky. Maybe interlacing your fingers around the back of the thigh if that's available to you. And then exhale, placing the right foot down next to the left foot. Inhale, lifting the left foot toward the sky. And exhale, placing the left foot on top of the right knee. Maybe pushing the thigh away from you gently. Or maybe reaching through the legs and interlacing your fingers around the back of the right thigh. Feet are active, flexed. Shoulders are on the mat. You're pulling the right thigh towards you as the left knee moves away. Inhale, plant the right foot, left foot toward the sky, maybe interlacing your fingers around the back of that thigh if that's available to you. Reaching through that left foot, and then exhale, bringing the left foot to the mat. Inhale, bring your knees into your chest. Exhale, arms out wide, and let your knees drop to the right. You can bring your right hand to the top of the left knee. And gaze can be over the left hand, up, or in the same direction as the knees for a little more restorative version of this twist. Breathe into this. Both shoulder blades on the mat. Letting the breath move up and down the spine. Inhale the knees back to center. Maybe making a couple of circles here. Exhaling here. Inhale, reach the arms out wide. Exhale, let the knees drop over to the left. Left hand can come to the top of the right knee. And again, gaze can be over the right shoulder, up or over the left shoulder in the same direction as the knees. Inhale the legs back to center. Bring the soles of the feet together and bring them to the mat. So you're in a reclined version of your butterfly now. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can just keep the knees bent and the feet planted on the mat, maybe letting the knees drop open just a little bit. You can also place a block under each thigh or knee for support. Inhale, placing the hands under the outer thighs. Exhale, pushing the thighs back up together. Inhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Left leg goes out long. And we're going to repeat that twist, but with one knee bent and one leg long, and see how different that feels in your body. So let the right knee come over to the left. You can come up onto your side a little bit more here. Reaching through that left leg. Maybe left hand comes to the top of the right knee. You can keep the leg straight or you can bring it out at an angle here, whatever feels better to you. And then inhale the legs back to center. Exhale as you make some little circles on your mat with your low back. Inhale, pulling the left knee in, sending the right leg out long. And exhale as you move that left knee over to the right. Arms can be out at a T. Or the right hand can come to the top of the left knee. Gaze again can be over either shoulder or toward the sky, whatever feels better to you. Inhale back to center, bringing both knees into the chest. Inhale as you bring your head towards your knees, tighten everything up into a tight little ball. Inhale a little bit more, hold the breath here, and then exhale, just release everything down to the mat. Feet are wide, toes are relaxed out to the edges of the mat, hands are wide in a T or a V shape, whatever's comfortable for you. And we'll just take a few moments here to rest and let this practice work its way into our body. Reconnect with the breath. Feel it as it returns to its normal pace and depth. If you'd like, you can rest one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. We're going to be here for just a few minutes, so if you want to put a layer on, like a sweater, jacket, or blanket, this is a good time to do so. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling the breeze on your skin, listening to the water and the sounds around you, and just allowing yourself this opportunity to relax, knowing that you are fully supported by the mat, by the ground, by the earth. And there's nothing for you to do now but rest. Starting at the top of your head, on your next inhale, scan the body. Just allow your attention and the breath to pass through every part of your body, looking for areas of tension and areas of ease. You don't need to try to change anything, just noticing. On your next inhale, starting at your toes, feel a sense of relaxation. Move up as if it were moving from the ground. Just moving up over your toes, your feet, your ankles. Moving to the lower legs, the knees, the upper legs, the hips and the pelvis. Feel your lower back and your belly completely relax as the breath moves in and out. Feel that sense of relaxation move to your chest and your middle and upper back, to your neck and your shoulders, down the arms. Bring your attention to the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet, and allow any gripping or holding there to just release. Feel that sense of relaxation move back up the arms, to the shoulders, to the neck, to the jaw, as your teeth separate just a little bit, as your tongue moves away from the roof of your mouth, as the muscles relax behind your nose and your eyes, your ears relaxing, your scalp relaxing. And just allowing yourself to be in this moment with nothing to do but relax, as you feel your internal organs that are always moving, those micro movements that we felt at the very beginning of class in our mountain pose. Those are always happening in your body, but we can still relax and just allow them to happen. Feel the sensation of your whole body completely relaxed here in this moment, on this beautiful evening. And just take a few moments here to rest in silence and that sense of relaxation, and know that I will be here to hold space for you and to bring you back from that. As you start to bring your attention back to the area around you, back to your breath, I want to share with you a reading from the Radiant Sutras. When the unforgettable calls you, the memory of something noble, generous, inspiring, accept the gift. Savor every detail. The beauty we admire is a visitation from another moment, infusing body and heart. Memory transports us beyond time and space into the living presence of wonder. So accepting this moment, this gift that you have given to yourself, as you start to bring your attention back to the moment, bringing movement back into the body by wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, allowing that movement to move up the legs as you start to maybe move the hips a little bit from side to side. Allowing that movement to move up the arms as you shrug your shoulders or move your head from side to side. And on your next inhale, turning over onto your side, curling up for just a moment in the fetal position. Giving yourself some time there. And then helping yourself up to a seat, using your hands, however you need to get there. And resting your hands on your knees as you start to just come back into this moment. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. I thank you all for joining me tonight and for all of your donations that you brought for the soup kitchen. I know they really appreciate it as well. And it really makes me so happy to be here practicing with you and doing all this for such a good cause. So I hope that in your next important movement, which is off the mat and into your life, that you found something here that you can bring with you, even if it was just that you made this time for yourself to give yourself this gift. Inhaling here. Exhale, bringing the thumbs to the forehead. Maybe giving yourself a little massage here as you inhale. And then exhale, releasing the hands to your sides to seal your practice. Thank you again. I hope to see you guys all again really soon.